Well, what do you know? She's in Damascus, Syria right now. Let's do a really quick couple of readings. Today I'm working with the 7th Sphere Lenormand by Tina Gong at Labyrinthos. And here in just a second I'm going to be working with the Rider-Waite-Smith, traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot here in just a second. Let me do a bit of shuffling with my Lenormand card spread. I want to do a 3x3 portrait spread. Just looking into what's generally going on, what Spirit would like to reveal to us about her being in Damascus, Syria. I almost said Kuwait. I shuffle until Spirit asks me to stop, okay? Spirit says that's excellent. Take from the top and not from the bottom. We've got tree. Roots have been planted, something is growing. And I note that it lands on the house of the tree, too, because this is the central theme. So there's something tremendous growing up right now that right now we can't see everything just yet. And especially because this is the first card, I need more information about this. But this has been in progress for a long time, from both Salah's and Chantal's ends. We see Chantal's end because she just broadcasts everything about herself ever since she started really picking up on YouTube. But there's stuff on Salah's end that we haven't seen yet. These are consequences and actions and behaviors running together, meeting kind of like a crisis point, is what I'm getting from Spirit. Okay? No more shuffling. I'm going to continue to take from the top. Well, I'm going to be taking a picture here in just a second of the spread so that you can see it for yourself, and it'll be up on your screen. But that's about deception. That's about two-facedness, and that is the first card of the first row. Consciously, someone is being quite deceptive, and I'm getting that it's Salah. I'm getting that he has her trapped exactly where he needs her. Like he set a trap for her to come back, like he stayed offline, he ostensibly might have given off the same indications in the past that he has of cheating. And she came running. She said, Syria, no problem. A really unstable region, no problem. Let me abandon Canada. Coffin, this is not apparent to anybody yet. But something is buried really deep. There's something here that these people do not want us to know about. They are consciously operating with the understanding that we're going to keep our mouths shut, or Salah especially is keeping his mouth shut around her. I've said in previous spreads that she is naive, that she does not have the street smarts, or specifically her best friend Shannon said that she does not have street smarts. And Salah has more street smarts. He's not the most intelligent person in the world. He does have a cognitive delay from what I and what Neo Tarot have seen. But he's got something that he's not telling her, and he's got it buried way deep. Coffin, this coffin lands on the house of the Clover, which is about risk and reward. She's taking some real risks by hanging out with somebody who is so willing to lie so much to her. I dropped the snake card. She is taking tremendous risks. They're actually both taking tremendous risks being in such an unstable region. At any point, it could become even more unstable than it already is, and it could trap them both. I don't know that they have the intelligence to really navigate their situation at all. Here's the top row once again. These are difficulties. Consciously, these are lies that are going to make things more difficult between them, but there's also the potential that their lies could catch up to them and make them more difficult for both Chantal and Salah. It's like they are running away from their consequences in Kuwait and in Canada so hard that they go flying into Karma's, capital K, Karma's great trap, so to speak. It's not just Salah that has Chantal where he wants her. It's Karma. The universe has them where they both deserve to be, is what I'm getting from Spirit. Building the second row, we've got key, revolution, something changing remarkably quickly, a door being opened, and now things change for worse, for better, But this is landing in the past column. Here's what I've got. Flipping cards all around, dang it. Landing in the past column, it's not completely built yet, but here's what we've got. Deception is unlocking something. Or locking her away. Kind of like what we've said in the past. She's loved to make it like, oh, he's so controlling. Oh, he locks me inside the apartment and I don't have a key. She's loved that storyline in the past. I wonder if it isn't like actually like that now. Past. That's in the past. That's already happened. She has willingly entered his dominion. It was Rose Thorne who just a couple of days ago, as of this particular reading, who saw that once Chantal went back to Salah, that Salah would have complete control over her. And I see that confirmed in this particular reading so far. Here we've got Star, Wishes, Hopes, and Dreams. We're building the future column, but this is also the present reality. The current row that I'm working on is the present reality. This is going to be difficult. Achieving wishes, hopes, and dreams are going to be next to impossible. Take that to be Everest. Oh, we're going to go to base camp at Everest, right? She can't even get to base camp. Wishes, hopes, and dreams are going to be so far out of reach, she's just going to give up. It's going to be easier for her to give up. Now, this is her present reality. Unlocking something that has been growing for a long time, both of their karmic retribution, and it's unlocking something that the universe really, really wants for them, which they don't want, because Star lands underneath those mountains. Difficulties. Interesting. There's a lot coming through. Oh, what did I just... Jeez. Here he is. His deception has locked her away. He's underneath all of this. He's not the smartest crayon. He's not the sharpest crayon in the box, the brightest one in the box. But he has a lot more street smarts, and he knows how to manipulate her. And she does him. But he knows that she needs a man in her life at all costs. Quite literally. Scythe. Here we come back to the scythe repeatedly. I've been getting the scythe in relationship in connection to Salah. I think he's going to do something to her. I am absolutely willing and open to the idea that Salah is going to end the foodie beauty persona. But a while back in 2021, I did a reading. And specifically, I got the alignment of Animus and Scythe in a diagonal that pointed towards the future. Back in 2021, I've got a picture up on the screen, and it's not the best picture in the world, but you can see that diagonal, and the diagonal starts in her cards of fate. That was a grand tableau that I did all the way back in 2021. The man card, or the man disc, appeared in her cards of fate, and connected to that was the scythe. Something ends dramatically and suddenly due to something that Salah does. Either something literally ends or it figuratively ends, okay? This is something else. We've got scythe and coffin in alignment right here. I think that something's going to pass away. I really, really do, whether that is an individual in this mix or if it's Foodie Beauty's persona. It's something ends dramatically, suddenly, and then we don't hear anything for a while. She disappears, and that's it. Something is going to happen here, dude. He is desperate for something. There is something that is very valuable to him. There is something about this ending for her. I'm getting that he wants revenge, and Rose picked up on that too. I'll link her channel down below and you can watch her latest live. She does frequent lives. It is valuable to him. This can be about money, but it's also about that pearl of great price. It's about fish Koi fish are expensive to buy and to maintain. There's something that it is in great importance for him to see this revenge to the end. It's like her channel was supposed to bring him fortune, and instead it brought him ruin. And he wants revenge on her. He wants revenge on the channel. He's been unkind to her beezers, if indeed that's been him over the past few weeks that she's been in Canada. I saw one part where he was shaming a beezer for not buying a higher priced membership. He's angry at her. He's angry at her beezers. He's angry at the whole situation for what he perceives Chantal's taken away from him. Now, my attention is being drawn to diagonals across this particular spread. One leading to the past is the mountain, the tree, and the animus. This has made things far more difficult for him. Him getting entangled with Chantal has made things so much more difficult for him to exist. That's what I see, and that's part of what is leading to his deep desire for revenge, to cut something off, to bring a sudden end to something. He feels like he deserves to bring an end to this. And he feels like Kuwait might have been too liberal, like politically speaking, too liberal, too kind towards women. I'm getting this from Spirit, that things would be too difficult for him to bring revenge onto her while she was in Kuwait. He's got her exactly where he needs her, where he wants her to be. Okay? We've got a diagonal going into the future. Snake, tree, and fish. He's lied to her about his money. She's talked about how, he's going to support me. We can't tap into my YouTube money right over here. He's lied to her about what's most important to him. It's not just about the money. He's just so happy to be together with his beautiful wife, or whatever he wants to say. There's something that he doesn't want her to know, because he wants to be able to completely enact his plans. Okay? We've got a 9-card spread. This lands on the house of the bouquet. He is not letting her know about anything when it comes to the deeply valuable stuff. He thinks of her as just kind of not like an employee and an acquaintance. These people are totally, absolutely not having sex whatsoever. They are not romantic whatsoever. They are incredibly standoffish. And we saw that in Kuwait, like towards the end when he poured water on her head. They were having that fight in the car. He's keeping her at arm's length so that she doesn't know really and truly what is most valuable to him. He thinks of her as an acquaintance. Scythe, I note, lands on the house of the coffin. So, again, he is being super quiet about what he's planning to do. He is not letting anybody know. I don't think that even friends or family know about this. He's the only one. He's got all the cards, so to speak, in his hands, and he's not showing anything to anybody because he is so angry. He is in such a deep state of distress about what could happen to his family back in Kuwait. He is so distressed about having to be in Syria that he is keeping utterly quiet right now. And guess what? He lands on the house of the snake. A deeply deceptive individual. That spread that I did back in 2021 talked about all of this. That there were a couple of scenarios that could come out of this particular situation. And we're getting the one that Spirit revealed to us back in 2021. This is incredible to me. Star lands on the 6th house, which is the house of clouds. This is they don't, like Chantal at least, has no clue as to what she really wants, apart from I want to be with a man. I want people to know that I'm married. I have a husband, that kind of thing. That's it. It's just skin deep bullshit. Barely skin deep. Doesn't even scratch the surface of a skin, right? This lands on the house of the home, the 4th house, which is about home. Keeping her under lock and key. The home the home house is about whatever is going on behind closed doors, and we are prevented from seeing this. And she's kind of locked away too. She is not able to move freely. I don't know whether it is legal for women to drive in Kuwait. I don't know if she is able to drive at all. I don't know if like she can get a driver's license. I bet that it's so disorganized, the government's so disorganized there that she can't. They're definitely not well connected anymore. It's like all his friends and family, all his connections are back in Kuwait. They can kind of help, but not really. They're kind of on their own, and I think that he's done that by design. Because Animus once again lands on the house of the snake. I think like snake is also about cunning intelligence, not just it's not just about lies and being two-faced. He planned this. He planned all of this. When she started getting on the plane to head back to Canada from Kuwait, he was already making plans about how to get her back. He doesn't care that he can't tap into her money. He's got other ways of getting it. Somebody in the chat said that he might be a bit of a drug smuggler, a drug dealer, if you will. That he deals with something called Captagon in Syria. I don't know whether that's true or not, but he has other ways of getting money, has ways of supporting himself long enough to get her off her feet. The persona Foodie Beauty, I'm open to that. I'm wondering if he isn't going to take her life somehow. Okay? This lands on the house of the ship. This has been a journey of difficulties that both of them have accumulated for themselves. They have nobody to blame but themselves. And now, their wishes, hopes, and dreams, they're going to become next to impossible. This is the future column. Things are going to become next to impossible to have. She can't have the things that she values, like comfort, like fast food, like money, like attention, for instance. That's going to be drained away from her. He's going to drain that away from her. She's not going to be able to access the things that she really, really wanted. She just wants to be fake loved. Or like, she's always chased love from men. She's always chased that. It's going to be further than ever from her now before, because eventually she's going to be forced to see him for who he really is. At some point, whether it's just before the persona of Foodie Beauty dies, or she herself passes off this mortal coil, it's then that she's going to see him for who he truly is. And she's not going to have access to help from anyone because it'll be far too late. He's got her locked away. He has got her exactly where he needs her to be. We've already discussed which house Coffin has landed on. That was on the House of the Clover. Risk and reward. She took unbelievable risks. It's going to be all risk and no reward for this situation, dude. Something ends here. My kitty cat is hollering because I closed the door. So, Snake lands on the House of the Rider. A really fast-moving situation and fast-moving news, too. He got to her really quick about messages about, hey, babe, I'm safe, but I really, really miss you, and I think that there might be other women in my area, or something like that. He sent out some messages, text messages, or emails, or something like that, that were full of lies. And as people observed in the Are You Syria stream that I was watching just before I came up here to start filming, she knows nothing outside of what Salah tells her. And that was the situation back in Kuwait. That is especially the situation here in Syria. Now he's on his home territory and she is completely, she's not. She's not. She is out of resources. He is her only resource. She has been cut off. Dude. Spirit's saying that's enough. I need to let my kitty out so that she can roam around, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to work with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot next. I'm putting... Okay, Spirit says shuffle a little bit first. That will do. Going to divide into thirds, and then here in just a second... No reversal. Okay, Spirit says that reversals are needed. Good stuff. And here come reversals. Spirit says no more. Let's look at the bottom. 7 of Pentacles. Salah is watching something grow. He is patiently waiting for his time to harvest. And something we associate with the harvest, stereotypically, is the scythe. That's what came to mind when I thought about this. None from the bottom. Take from the top, please. Okay. Just listening to Spirit. We're going to be a happy family. This is the honeymoon phase of going to a new place. A bunch of people said in Are You Serious?'s chat that Chantal was acting a bit manic. I can kind of get that from this. We're going to be all together again. It's just fine. I'm together with my husband and my cat. It doesn't matter where we are. We can be in a shitty tent in the desert with no air conditioning, no water, no food, but we're together. And I just realized my mic is far away. I'm sorry. Queen of Cups. Smee did a lot to keep Chantal in Canada. Begged her to stay. No, don't go back. It's dangerous. I don't know that Chantal was honest with Smee about specifically which country she was going to, but Chantal made such a fuss about having to leave Kuwait on an emergency flight and needed to ask for help from mom and stepdad to get established temporarily and get help getting out of Kuwait, that Smee just doesn't understand why Chantal's acting this way, and Smee has kind of closed off her heart from Chantal. Low-key given up. I've done everything that I can. My only option is to let this go. This is water on water energy, by the way, so this is kind of like a negative boundary in the sense that water only reaches the boundaries that it's permitted, but otherwise it just kind of spills over everything. Smee is not a very firm person, if that makes any sense. She is very willing to just kind of go with the wind, go with the flow, sometimes not for the best. But I do wonder if there isn't some resentment with Smee about Chantal and how quickly Chantal just kind of fucked off once Smee spent a lot of money on her, trying to get Chantal back to safety. Okay, there's a lot already with just 3 cards. There's a lot going on in this particular situation. There's Salah, there's how FOODIE feels, and there's how Smee feels. 3 perspectives in just 3 cards. That's insane to me. Okay, continue to take from the top. Are you seeing this? Dude, I think that he's going to do something to her. This doesn't have to mean literal death, but this is now the 3rd time, if you want to count the 2021 spread that I did. This is now the 3rd time that Salah has come up alongside the scythe or around something that is associated with death, like the scythe, like the death card, for instance. This is going to be the end of something, if not FOODIE Beauty's persona. Then I wonder if it's not going to be the end of Chantal herself. I wonder if he isn't going to cause her to leave this mortal coil, either directly or indirectly, dude. I wonder if he wouldn't deliberately put her in harm's way with something. I think he's going to do something to her. Knight of Swords. The reality is going to come rushing in. This is air on air energy. This is a situation of extremes. Just from the first 5 cards, this is a situation of extremes. Reality is going to come rushing in. I'm together with my family again, but oh my God, we have no choice. Here's how the cards are actually arranged for me. I have no choice but to go with this. My reality is that this is the end, either of my channel persona, my foodie beauty persona, or of my life. And that Knight of Swords is angry, and he's moving fast. He's like, Death, let us meet together. I will help you. This is severe, dude. This is like, I got from when I was getting into the energy of this reading, I got the final countdown. There's the coffin card. He is seeking to put an end to this. I wonder if he isn't at least fantasizing about ending her life. For real. And I wonder if Smee didn't kind of low-key predict this. Water and water energy is very intuitive if the individual allows their intuition to, it pays attention to their intuition. Four of Swords, I wonder if Smee didn't wonder Chantal about this. He could do some real harm to you. You may not have the freedom to get out if you go back. He might be really angry at you, Chantal. Are you sure you want to go back? And Chantal says, yes, 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 I just want to be back together with my husband. This is bad, dude. Salah is on the hunt for revenge. He'll have her believe anything about their cute little happy family that it takes in order to keep her peaceful and quiet until he can fully and totally, until he can totally exact his revenge. Okay? It's bad. He wants to, like, you can call this comatose, or you can say that this is a coffin, which it quite literally is. Like an old school medieval Renaissance era coffin. Dude. Spirit's actually saying no more. No more is needed here. That's the story. That's how the story is going to be told once it's all done. And Spirit's actually saying that to say thank you for watching. I guess we're going to see how this plays out, and I don't know that we're going to see the end as it's happening. I wonder if there's just going to be a live stream, things will feel tense, and then after that, she just won't be online anymore. And we'll wonder what happened. And Smee will wonder what happened too. She may not be able to communicate with her cutie anymore. The Swords is also about communication, about words. And it was like her words will land on quite literal deaf ears in the sense that Chantal can't respond anymore. Okay, Spirit says to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.